I watched my father fasten my late mother's sapphire necklace around another woman's neck. The clasp clicked shut. Diane smiled. The dining room erupted in applause. That necklace was supposed to be mine. My mother wore it on her wedding day. She wore it to every major moment in my life. And 3 weeks before she died, she held my hand and told me it would be mine when she was gone. But there I sat, watching a stranger wear my inheritance like a trophy. My father raised his glass. To my beautiful wife, she deserves to feel like part of this family. I felt the room tilt. How could he give away the one thing she wanted me to have? But here's what he didn't know. Mom left me more than memories. She left me proof. A letter, handwritten, dated, sitting in my nightstand drawer with my name on the envelope. And I was about to use it. Before we get into this, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from and what time it is there. And if you've ever been erased from your own family story, hit that subscribe button. You're going to want to see how this ends. My mother died 2 years ago. Cancer. Stage 4. We had 6 months to say goodbye. Most families don't get that. We did. And Mom used every single day. She made lists. She sorted photos. She recorded voice memos for birthdays she'd never see. And she cataloged her jewelry, piece by piece. We sat together in her hospice room with a notebook, and she told me the story behind every item. The sapphire necklace, her something blue. The emerald bracelet, a gift from her own mother. The pearl earrings, my dad's first anniversary present. She wrote it all down. "Keep this list safe," she whispered. "These are for you." I promised her I would. 11 months after she passed, my dad met Diane. It was fast. He was lonely. I tried to be supportive. Grief looks different for everyone, right? But then Diane moved in. Mom's photos came down. Her recipes disappeared from the kitchen drawer. Her garden tools were donated. I bit my tongue. I told myself Dad needed to move forward. But jewelry? That was the line. I kept everything Mom left me. Every text, every list, every letter she wrote in those final weeks. I'm the kind of person who saves receipts. I had no idea how much I'd need them. Because 2 months after Diane moved in, she started asking about family heirlooms. And my father, grieving, desperate, blinded, started handing them over. I should have seen it coming. I didn't. Not until that anniversary dinner. Not until I watched her wear my mother's legacy like a costume. The toast ended. Everyone clapped. Diane stood and turned so the light caught the sapphire. Then the emerald. Then the pearls. She was wearing 3 pieces. 3 of my mother's heirlooms. At once, like a walking museum exhibit. She caught my eye and smiled. "Your father is so generous. He wanted me to feel like part of the family history." My stomach dropped. I waited until dinner ended. I pulled my dad into the hallway. "Dad, those pieces. They were supposed to come to me." He sighed. "Your mother's gone, sweetheart. Diane is here. She's my wife. But Mom told me your mother would want me to be happy." I felt my hand start to shake. She told me. In the hospital. She made a list. Those were for me. He looked at me like I was a stranger. "You're being selfish. You're stuck in the past. Diane deserves to feel welcomed." "So I don't?" Silence. Then he said the words that broke everything. "If you can't support my marriage, maybe we need some space. Figure out your priorities." He turned, walked back into the dining room. And I stood there, alone in the hallway. He'd chosen her, over me, over Mom's last wishes. I didn't cry. Not yet. I just stood there, shaking, thinking one thought over and over. He has no idea what Mom left me. I tried calling him the next day, straight to voicemail. I texted, read, no reply. 3 weeks went by like that. Radio silence. Meanwhile, Diane's Instagram lit up. Charity galas, yacht club brunches, art gallery openings, and in every single photo, my mother's jewelry, tagged, hashtagged, displayed. I scrolled through the comments. "Stunning pieces. Where did you get that necklace?" "Family heirlooms are the best flex." My family group chat wasn't much better. My aunt posted a message. "Let your father be happy. You have no legal claim. Gifts are gifts. My cousin piled on. Stop being entitled. He's allowed to move on. Even my uncle. Your mom would want him to find joy again. Would she? Would she really want her treasures on someone else? I sat in my childhood bedroom, alone, holding the last birthday card she ever gave me. Inside, in her shaky handwriting, my treasures are yours. I love you. I felt like I was disappearing. Maybe everyone was right. Maybe I should just let it go. Then I remembered. The envelope. The one she told me to open when I needed her most. I hadn't opened it yet. I pulled it from my nightstand drawer. Cream stationery. My name in her looping script. I broke the seal. The letter unfolded in my hands. Dated 1 week before she died. Her handwriting, slow, careful, deliberate. I read it out loud to the empty room. My darling, if you're reading this, I'm gone. And you need me. So here I am. My throat tightened. I've made a list of my jewelry. I've had everything appraised. These pieces are for you, not for anyone else. For you. She listed each item. The sapphire necklace, appraised at $14,000. The emerald bracelet, $9,000. The pearl earrings, $6,000. 3 more pieces, all itemized, all valued, total $48,000. Then the final line. I've told your father, but just in case, keep this letter. Love doesn't fade. Things shouldn't either. I love you forever, Mom. I sat there, staring at the page. She knew. She knew this might happen, and she left me proof. I pulled out my phone, photographed every line, saved it to a new folder. I labeled it Mom's words. Then I read the letter one more time. Dad said he wanted Diane to feel like family, but Mom had already decided who her treasures belonged to, and I had it. In writing. In her own hand. Now the question was, what was I going to do about it? I didn't want a war. I wanted a conversation. So I scanned the letter. Wrote a calm, respectful email. Dad, I found this letter from Mom. I think there's been a misunderstanding about the jewelry. Can we talk? I just want what she intended. Love, your daughter. I attached the scan, hit send. 2 hours later, a reply. From his email address, but not his words. This is manipulative and inappropriate. These items were gifted to me by my husband. Your continued harassment borders on extortion. If you do not stop, we will pursue legal remedies, including a restraining order. Diane, she'd answered. From his account. My hands went numb. I forwarded the email to my aunt. My cousin, my uncle. Within an hour, the family group chat exploded. You're trying to shake him down? This is gold-digging behavior. Move on already. You're going to destroy his happiness over things? No one asked to see the letter. No one asked Mom's side. Then my phone buzzed. A text. From Dad. If you keep this up, you're not welcome at Thanksgiving. Diane is my wife. You need to respect that. Final warning. I looked at the calendar. Thanksgiving was in 2 days. 2 days to decide. Show up, smile, pretend nothing happened. Or fight for what my mother wanted me to have, and lose my father in the process. I didn't sleep that night. But by morning I knew what I had to do. I went back to Mom's things. The hospice binder? The one with all her medical paperwork. I'd kept it. Never looked through it after she passed. I flipped past medication schedules. Pain logs, visitor notes. Then I saw it. A plastic sleeve. Labeled legal. Inside, a single sheet of paper on hospice letterhead. A witness statement. Signed by the hospice social worker. Notarized. Dated the same week as the letter. I read it twice to make sure I wasn't imagining it. Patient verbally stated her intention to bequeath the following items to her daughter. Patient expressed concern that a future spouse might contest this wish. This statement is made for documentation and clarity. Then the list. The same 6 pieces, described in detail, and at the bottom, in the social worker's handwriting, patient was of sound mind and clear intent. Witnessed and documented per her request. My mother had planned for this. She knew. She saw it coming, and she made sure I'd have more than just a letter. I photographed the statement, added it to the folder. Now I had 2 pieces of evidence. A letter, and a legal witness document. Mom hadn't just told me her wishes. She'd built me a case, and I was about to use every word of it. I couldn't sleep. So I did what anyone would do at 2 in the morning. I searched public records, court databases, bankruptcy filings, all legal, all open source. I typed Diane's full name into the county court website. 3 results. Civil judgment, $12,000, unsatisfied. Civil judgment, $31,000, unsatisfied. Civil judgment, $29,000, unsatisfied. Total, $72,000 in debt. Still active. Still unpaid. Then I found the bankruptcy filing. Discharged 6 months before she met my dad. Chapter 7. Full liquidation. I sat back. It wasn't about love. It wasn't about family. It was about money. $48,000 in jewelry sitting in a drawer, worth more than her annual salary. Liquid, portable, easy to sell. She didn't want my mother's legacy. She wanted collateral. I pulled up her Instagram again. All those charity events, those galas, those yacht club brunches, she wasn't attending. She was networking, looking for the next opportunity, the next cushion. And my father, grieving, lonely, vulnerable, had handed her exactly what she needed. He thought he was choosing happiness. He had no idea he was being played. Now I knew exactly what I had to do. This wasn't about winning. It was about protecting what my mother built, and what my father couldn't see. The next morning I called an attorney. Estate litigation. Free 30-minute consultation. I brought everything. The letter. The witness statement. The appraisals. She read them in silence. Then she looked up. You have a strong case. This is textbook conversion. What does that mean? It means someone took property that wasn't theirs. Your mother documented her intent. A credible witness corroborated it. You have standing. What do I do? We send a demand letter, formal, on firm letterhead. We cite the evidence and the statute. We give them 7 days to return the items. If they refuse, we file a civil claim. I swallowed. I don't want money. I just want the jewelry back. Then that's what we ask for. Return of property. Nothing more. She slid a retainer agreement across the table. Flat fee, $2,000. I signed it. No hesitation. No second guessing. She drafted the letter that afternoon. 3 pages. Precise. Professional. Undeniable. It cited the letter. The witness statement. The legal presumption of donor intent. It gave my father and Diane 7 days. Return the items. Sign a release. Or face a lawsuit. The letter went out certified mail on Monday. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't post about it. I just waited. And on Wednesday, my phone rang. It was my father. His voice was tight. We need to talk, in person. With lawyers. Okay, mediation. This Friday. Can you be there? I could hear someone in the background. Diane, whispering urgently. I'll be there. Friday came. The mediator's office. Neutral ground. Long conference table. My attorney on my left. Me on her right. Across the table, my father, Diane, their attorney. Dad wouldn't look at me. The mediator opened. We're here to resolve a dispute regarding personal property formerly owned by the decedent. Let's start with the claimant's position. My attorney stood. She projected the letter onto the screen. Page 1. Mom's handwriting. The itemized list. The decedent executed a clear written bequest 1 week before her passing. She identified 6 items of jewelry. She stated her intent that these pass to her daughter. She clicked. The witness statement appeared. A hospice social worker documented the decedent's verbal intent. The statement is notarized. It corroborates the letter. And it explicitly notes the decedent's concern about a future spouse. Diane's lawyer leaned forward. These items were in Mr. Peterson's possession. As surviving spouse, he has the right to dispose of marital property as he sees fit. My attorney didn't blink. Not when the decedent's documented intent predates the current marriage. And not when the property was explicitly earmarked for a named beneficiary. She clicked again. The appraisal. $48,000? These are not trivial items. The decedent took steps to ensure clarity. She wrote. She witnessed. She specified. The mediator turned to Diane. Ms. Harmon, do you have any documentation showing these items were intended for you? Silence. Diane's jaw tightened. They were gifts. From my husband. Do you have a writing? A statement? Any evidence of that intent? More silence. Her attorney shifted. We'd like a moment to confer. They stepped out. I sat, breathing, watching my father stare at the table. When they came back, Diane's lawyer spoke. We're prepared to settle. Full return of the 6 items within 48 hours. Signed mutual release. No admission of fault. My attorney looked at me. I nodded. The mediator drafted the agreement. Both sides signed. Diane stood. Walked out without a word. My father stayed. For 10 seconds we sat in silence. Then he spoke. Your mother would be proud of you. His voice cracked. I'm sorry I forgot. He stood, left, and I sat there, alone. I'd won, but it didn't feel like victory. It felt like grief, all over again. 2 days later, a courier arrived. Black velvet case, sealed with tape. I opened it on my kitchen table. Inside, every piece, polished, inventoried, returned. The sapphire necklace, the emerald bracelet, the pearls. All 6 pieces, exactly as Mom had described them. I held the sapphire up to the light. It looked the same as it had in every photo. Every memory. But it felt different now, heavier. I didn't wear them right away. I couldn't. Instead, I made a decision. I kept 2 pieces. The sapphire necklace and 1 ring. For me. For the moments Mom wanted me to have them. The other 4, I donated them. To a museum. A traveling exhibition on estate planning and end-of-life advocacy. The exhibit focuses on teaching families how to document their wishes while they still can. How to protect the people they love from exactly what I went through. The placard next to the display reads, In memory of Susan Mitchell, who loved her daughter enough to write it down. And beneath that, a quote from her letter. Love doesn't fade. Things shouldn't either. The exhibition launched last spring. My father came. Alone. Diane didn't. He stood in front of the display for a long time. Then he walked over to me, nodded. We didn't hug. We didn't talk much. But something shifted. We're not close. Not like we were. But we're civil. We're careful. We're honest. He's still with Diane. They downsized. Her Instagram went private. I don't ask questions. He doesn't offer explanations. And that's okay. Because I learned something through all of this. Boundaries aren't walls. They're foundations. I also started something new. A small foundation. Named after my mother, we help families document end-of-life bequests. We connect them with social workers and attorneys. We teach people that love isn't just felt. It's written. It's witnessed. It's protected. Because your voice, even after you're gone, still carries weight. And the people you love deserve more than promises. They deserve proof. I wear the sapphire necklace now. On important days, job interviews, first dates, gallery openings. Every time I fasten the clasp, I hear her voice. My treasures are yours. She didn't just give me jewelry. She gave me the tools to fight for what mattered. And I'll never forget that. So here's my question for you. Has someone ever tried to erase a loved one's wishes in your family? What would you have done? Drop your story in the comments below. And if you believe memory is worth protecting, if you think love should leave instructions, hit that subscribe button. One more thing. This story is a fictionalized dramatization. It's not legal or financial advice. If you're facing something like this, talk to an attorney in your area. Document everything. And don't wait. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.